guys, good morning, and welcome to Morning Tea. I'm your host, LockWolf86. Hey Jester, hey Goobus, how you doing? Alright, so let's start off with, currently in my area, it's 66 degrees and cloudy, highs of 80 degrees today. And cloudy, so most likely we're going to get some rain, but that's okay. I'll do some more stuff inside. Last night I got 3 new followers. I got Vanish Army, Shiggy Matsu, I probably butchered that name, but I'm sorry, and Zapper Games. Thank you all for following me. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to talking with you guys in chat. Hey, good morning, Gypsy Chick. The volume's okay? Everybody can hear me? Hey, good morning. No Zuzi. I'm probably Sen Aussie. That's what I'm gonna call you. I'm sorry if it's wrong, but good morning. How are you? So let's get into some news here. I gotta make this a little bigger, and I'm gonna adjust on my other screen for you so I can read it. Alright. Alright, so here we go. So let's start with what national days it is. So it's July 1st. We got National Creative Ice Cream Flavors Day, National Ginger Snap Day, National Postal Worker Day, and National U.S. Postage Stamp Day. Second way is right, okay. Well, we'll start with, we started with that. We said about that. Ginger Snaps, I don't know about you guys, but I love Ginger Snaps, so I'm happy that it's National Ginger Snap Day. So I didn't know that until this morning when I started looking up some news. Excuse me. But National Ginger Snap Day, and of course ice cream. I'll have to head down to my local ice cream parlor, we'll call it, and get some ice cream today. Yep. So, let's see here. First good news of the day is coming from Good News Network. Adorable artwork from these small kids shows up on Times Square billboard to thank essential workers. So you got that little girl right there. Her name's Kelly Rose. She's excited. She has her drawing that she made for her grandfather, I believe it was. Yep. Who works in Long Island, and he is a New York City transit worker. So what happened was Shutterfly. Oh, sorry, Twitter and Instagram. And Shutterfly. They got together and they wanted to do something. They wanted to do create thanks campaign. And hey, good morning, Zeke. How are you? So they wanted to get together and they wanted to do this campaign called Create Thanks, and they had all local, around the world. They had around the United States. They had all these kids. They got 450 different works from kids, and they picked a few. And Kelly here got hers up there on Times Square of her transit worker grandfather. Let's see if there's any other pictures. There we go. There's another one. So that's great. There's his right there. That is wonderful that they did that. That way everybody can see it. Kids are in Times Square, that's really cool. Let's go on to our next thing here. Biologists have found a way to regenerate neurons in mice with Parkinson's using CRISPR gene editing. I read about this a little bit. I guess now that they developed this new CRISPR gene editing, a lot of different scientists are wondering how they could use this to help people. I mean, this is old news in a sense. If you go back about a week and a half, on my morning show, I talked about the CRISPR gene in sickle cell disease, and they were working with a lady who had sickle cell, and it was working great. She was getting less blood transfusions. So this CRISPR gene seems like it's helping a lot of people, and it's going to be a good thing for a lot of people. Let's see if there's this one also is coming from goodnewsnetwork.org. If you guys would like to go and read the whole article, if it's something that you're interested in, definitely go read it. This one's a little bit older, but I found it, and I'm happy I found it. This is from basically Father's Day. So it's about this 70-year-old man who makes paleta, we'll call it that. I guess it's a Mexican popsicle. He makes them, and on Father's Day, he was making them. And oh, thanks for the follow. He was making them, and he sells them he was selling them in Chicago. And this man, Michelangelo, came up with his TikTok video. Of course, and he had it playing, and he bought all the popsicles off this man, and so he can go home and be with his family on Father's Day. I'll play the video quick. Look how thankful and how happy that man is. So he got to go home and be with his family on Father's Day. So the headline reads that the viral video, people raised $62,000 for this 70-year-old man so he could retire. He's 70 years old, he's making popsicles. I'm sure part of him loves going out there and making popsicles. He looks like, of course he's happy in that picture. He's getting to go home early and see his family. But I don't know, I see him, and I think that man likes to go out there and make those popsicles and sell those popsicles. Just seems like he'd be happy to give those to kids and stuff like that. But now maybe he won't have to go out as much. He could just use that money that they raised for him, and he can go out, an hour or two a day if he wants, if that's what he enjoys doing in his retirement. Here we got one. Farmers plant 81 acres of wildflowers, feed more than 1 million bees. So these are two pig farmers in England, and they basically devoted half their land to wildflowers to help the bee population and help bees get fed. I picked this one because bees are a big thing. Previously, I talked about how they have drones that are delivering bubbles with not nectar, but pollen inside them to local plants, to all the plants, and to help the bees help the bees out and help pollinate. But these men, they're literally dedicating half their fields to the bee population, for bees to be fed and to create a better population for bees. Yeah, that is great. Yeah, that's definitely great. I mean, I don't want to go off on a negative tangent here, but I will bring up about the drones. In the drone headline, they basically said, "Hey, we got drones, so they could do what bees can do." Yeah, they can, but that's just helping. That's just a reaction to what's happening. Yeah, you can help the bees, but let's not replace the bees. These guys are helping the bees by growing their population. It's great. This one my wife sent to me last night. I was actually watching Zeke's The Last of Us 2 stream, and my wife sent me this. It's a bear who ended up getting a plastic container stuck on his head. I'm going to play the video. Yeah, let's be frank. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, if that goes the wrong way and that fills up with water, and now he's not swimming anymore. There we go. So there we go. He's doing fine. He's swimming off. So that's great news. That's really great news. Yeah, I mean that's a shame. I mean, there you go. I like how I go through this news and I see these things because it brings back previous topics that I brought up from past morning tea shows. And here you go. This is kind of, I mean, this is closer to home. Okay, literally closer to home. This is in a lake in a state. Um, Previous news feeds, I was talking about basically the Great Plastic Island in the Pacific Ocean between California and Hawaii, and I did a little more research on that, and basically that is 2 times the size of Texas. It's 600,000 square miles long. I mean, it is huge. 2 times the size of the state of Texas. We have plastic in the ocean floating there. Plastic, fishing nets, all that stuff. And it's one thing to hear about that, and if you wanted to read about that or know about that a little bit more, it was about these fishing boats that were coming out of, or not fishing boats, these, we'll call them plastic reclaiming boats that were coming out of Hawaii, and they brought back 103 tons of plastic in their, when they went out to get stuff. And I thought, wow, 103 tons of plastic. That's amazing. That's great, and it is great. But when you have 600,000 square miles of plastic, um, it's overwhelming. That's just wow. And they said that a lot of it starts at home. I mean, clean up your beaches, recycle proper ways, and and it'll help this cause. Help this cause. But now we got one that's closer to home here. We have this bear, this black bear, who has a pretzel bin on its head. And it's swimming, and one wrong move, and that water goes in there a little too much. Excuse me. Now he's suffocating. Now he's gone. I mean, he's not swimming anymore. He's sinking. So, I see that bear, and I also think of the birds that get the 6-pack plastic stuck around their heads and stuff like that. So let's all do our part to try to help out the world, help out these beautiful animals, and help out ourselves. I mean, and just try to clean up, look out for one another. But yeah, that bear, that's great. I live in Pennsylvania, and I was up at one of our local state parks, and my wife and I were driving home. My father was up there camping, and we went up to visit him. Yeah, pick up after yourselves. That's the best. That's it. That's what it is. But we're up there. We went up there. We visited my father. He was camping, and it was, I don't know, probably like 10 o'clock at night, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. We're driving home. We're on a back road, and my wife's driving. And she has this nice little hybrid RAV4. She's driving it, and we come around a turn, and all she sees is an eye. She can't see anything else. So right away you think, okay, it's a deer, and let me see if I can see the state. Wisconsin. So all she sees is an eye, and right away you think it's a deer. So she slows down. Well, the only reason why she could only see an eye was because the rest of it was black. It was about a 450-pound black bear who was walking across the road, and if she would have hit it, it would have been horrible. I mean, her car would have been, it would have been bad. Not that she was going fast, but just because, he was a big boy, and he knew he owned the road, so he kind of just walked, and it took him about 20, maybe 30 yards until finally he finished walking up the road and went into the woods, and we could pass him. But he was definitely a big boy. I would like to say that I would pull a jar off of that 450-pound black bear's head. I would like to say it, but I'd be definitely crapping my pants as I'm doing it. I'll tell you that. He was no cub, so. All right, guys, and then for our last good news for today, we have a man who is dressed up as Spider-Man. He's dressed up as Spider-Man, and he's going around and he's making the neighborhood kids happy. It started out, there was a 2-year-old's birthday, and they're doing the pandemic stuff, and they were going to do a parade, and they were building a sign for the 2-year-old, and he goes to his wife, hey, he goes, last Halloween, my daughter and I dressed up as Spider-Man, she dressed up as Gwen Spider-Man, and I'm gonna dress up as Spider-Man, and I'm gonna surprise the kids this way. So this video is about 3 minutes long. I'll play it, and I'll just give you the general of it. Basically, he's dressed up as Spider-Man, and he stands on the roof of his car, and his wife drives him around, and he jumps off, and he does a little Spider-Man this or that, a kick or whatever, and it excites the kids. The kids are thinking, wow, this is the real Spider-Man, so it's great. Here, I'll show you the video. Oh, I have plenty of costumes, Zeke, but this was this guy who did the Spider-Man costumes. But, yeah, we can do that. Would be a good topic. Pictures of past Halloween costumes. That's a good segment. Yeah, Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octavius. shoot. Oh, man. Oh man, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that there was no audio. I mean, it's almost over, but it's almost over. Basically, he was saying that what was on the screen written out is basically the same stuff that he's saying. But he's donating all the proceeds that he's getting, all the donations he's donating to a local party shop that's not doing many parties because of what's going on. And it's actually called Jester Entertainment. So I looked up because I thought, what the heck is going on with Jester Roll there? I never knew he had a party shop, but yeah, I'll have to keep that in mind because this is the second time this has happened. I'll have to keep my OBS up and see if it's actually moving, and now that I'm looking at it, it's not. So I will definitely fix that for the next video we have, guys. Well, probably tomorrow or something like that, you know. But I'll just finish playing it out. Just your entertainment. Yeah. There you go. Stay positive, stay safe, and stay super. So that's the good news for today. Let me let's see here. We got that. Let me pull this up here. That's the good news for today. I like that bear, so we'll keep that up while I'm talking. So some things I'm doing today, and so my iPhone, it is an iPhone 7. It's old. I get that. It's like 2 years old now. My battery has been just I don't know. It says it's at 100%, then all of a sudden drops down to 90%, 80%, 20%. I can get 20 minutes out of it. I can get 5 minutes out of it. I can get 20 seconds out of it. I need a new battery. So I ended up ordering another battery off of Amazon, and 2 days, my phone's dead right now. It says it's dead at least. Today's, good thing it might be raining today, because today's excursion, or whatever you want to call it, or I'm going to jump into trying to replace my battery in my iPhone. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. Any pointers, any tips? Besides the obvious of don't let the ion battery blow up in my face. That's why hopefully it's discharged the whole way. But I'm doing that today. And another interesting thing in my area is I know Zeke, I know Jester, you've both watched me play Jurassic World Evolution. I gotcha. Yeah, Jesters used to be TRT, but now it's the roll, the Jester roll. Yeah, I like to, I like everybody likes dinosaurs, I think, but my local movie house has Jurassic Park for $1. They have all the classics. They have Jurassic Park, Jaws, and Back to the Future. They're all playing those for $1 a showing, and it's a nice little movie house. So they're gonna do the $1 movie, and then you can buy food, you can get drinks. It's like a draft house also. So, I don't know. I might go. I'll see maybe how busy they are. And hey, if I can go see Jurassic Park on the big screen for $1, I'm definitely doing it. I mean, I'd pay more, but for $1, how can you turn that down? So that's something I'll be doing too. Does that mean people would message you? You're not able to get it because your phone. Yeah, if my phone's dead. If anybody messages me, and another thing is, I need to get this phone going because I do trails. I walk local trails at state parks. I do that with another person, Everyday Sasquatch. We walk the local state park trails, and I record them, and then I put them on my my stream here. I'll do it in the morning. I'll let you guys know if I'm going to be going for a walk, and then I'll put it, of course, in the morning tea / I'll say, hey, we're going for a walk today or whatever, and I go through the walk with people, and I tell you about it, and I try to stay quiet the whole time when I'm videoing it. We don't talk at all. That way, all you hear is footsteps, you hear birds, you hear nature, you hear the creek, whatever we're around. So that people who maybe can't get out of the house but want to still see nature or whatever, they can just watch it. So I will play it on my morning show, and then Everyday Sasquatch has it on their YouTube channel if you want to actually see the video without me blabbing my mouth the whole time. And while we're walking, I'll talk about different things. Like the last one we did, if you guys want to check it out. It's called the Shades of Death Trail. Beautiful trail. It goes along a creek. I'll talk about what kind of shoes you should wear and how difficult the trail is and stuff like that. But if you just want to check that out, head on over to Everyday Sasquatch and check it out on YouTube. Let's see here, guys. I'm going about 30 minutes here. This is exciting. 30 minutes of my show, and I had no co-hosts today, so therefore I'm like doing it myself here, which is good because usually the only time I get more than 30 minutes is if I'm doing a walk, or if I did, like Friday we did the staycation in Myrtle Beach. So this is great. I'm building my show up. That's the whole thing of this. I'm trying to think of different segments. If you guys have ideas on segments, I believe you can go into my suggestion box there, or just shoot them out on the chat right here. And so I have some more segments that I can think of. I can try to incorporate into the live show. This live show is going to be Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. for now. When situations change, right now work is slow, but when I get back to work, I'm gonna have to change it a little bit. But once so we'll change it up, but we'll figure it out. Right now, this is the perfect time, Monday through Friday. I can get you guys coming on, talking, great exposure. I could saturate this morning show thing, and have you guys talk to. This is great. I have 7 people today. This is the most people I think I've had in the 2.5-3 weeks that I've been doing this. So this is great. I'm really enjoying it. I'm happy that everybody showed up today and you guys are talking. Oh, yeah. So, growing up in Pennsylvania, it's mountains everywhere. There's woods everywhere. I, as a kid, to this day, I go camping. Throughout the summer, I go camping in up to November. I mean, they have cabins in one of the state parks that I go to, so I'll stay there. So I've been camping since I'm 6 years old, and bears. I've seen quite a few bears. Let's see what Jester's saying here. I used to live out in the woods. I'd see a bear every morning. Yeah, it's where I live right now. I'll have to get the video up. It was about 11 o'clock at night, and my phone goes off, and something told me to check it, and there it was, side of my yard. I had my security camera went off. There was a bear walking. I have a salt lick for the deer in my yard. Well, there was the bear. I guess he checked it out and he headed off, but he was a small bugger, probably about as big as this bear that's in the picture here. But yeah, so camping. Also, guys, I have this auto thing here. Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Come join us on the Roundtable Talk Show. If you want to, I don't know if I'll be technically streaming it. I think Jester's going to mostly be streaming it. But if I do stream it, great. If I don't, head on over to Jester Roll. He'll be streaming it. We'll be streaming at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Definitely head on over there. I need to adjust that announcement so that it says to go to Jester Roll if you do not want to come to Lockwolf 86. Oh, yeah. Well, to get back to driving, you see them walking on a trail. It is it's crazy. So yeah, I've been camping since 6 years old. I've seen many bears, and the problem with people is they don't respect wildlife in a sense. They think it's okay to feed a bear. They think it's okay to feed a lot of animals. But bear are the ones that you don't want to feed, to be honest with you. I'd be camping, and I've seen a bear walk into a campsite, get a quart of milk out of a cooler, pop the cooler open. They're smart buggers. I mean, they really are. Pop the cooler open, grab the milk, the carton of milk, and hold it like this, and literally drink it. Milk is pouring down its face, down its stomach, as it's drinking this milk. Okay? I've seen bear jump into... This one was a little crazy. It jumped into the dumpster, and a person was walking over, and we couldn't yell at them quick enough. But a person was walking over, and they threw their garbage in. And as they threw their garbage in, it was okay. But as soon as they walked away, that bear jumped out the dumpster. Very up close and personal encounters with bear. So I recommend you ever go camping, put your food in the car. Do not put any food in your tent. Don't put food in your camper. Campers, yeah, okay, you can put food in your campers. But do not put any food in your tent. Don't put Pop-Tarts in your tent. Don't put anything in your tent, honestly. Just keep food out of your tent. Keep it. You want to drink something in the middle of the night? Drink some water in your tent. It will save you a lot of underwear, because when a bear decides to get a little close to your tent because it smells something, you're definitely gonna have to change them, because it's crazy. Another story. This is actually, it has a plus side to it, a positive note. The kid was okay, but same area, they had group camping for Boy Scouts, and this little boy, he they're roasting wieners and all that stuff. Well, he brought a little bit of food into his tent, and that night a bear smelt the food, of course, and it cut open the tent with its claws. Basically broke the tent open, and it actually scratched him up a little bit because it smelt the food. He had food by his knapsack, knapsack there, and it smelt the food. It scratched him up a little bit, and it was really crazy, because the park rangers, where that group camping was a bit off from where the park rangers are. The park rangers had to drive about 2-3 miles up the road, if not a little bit more, to actually get to where they were, to actually kind of like get that bear out of the way, because the bear just get brazen, because they get used to humans. They associate a human with food. So you gotta just be careful, guys. I know I went off on a tangent there, but I don't know if you guys have bears down there in Florida, but But yeah, you just gotta be careful with them. But yeah, I've seen many bear, many deer. The only thing I haven't seen were mountain lions. They say they have them in Pennsylvania. I haven't seen one. I seen people say they seen them, but I don't know about that. Let's see what Gypsy Chick was saying. Oh, she'll be right back. Okay. My mail, I just put mail inside it for me. Alright, yeah, I gotcha. Everything good though? Why? What if you want a snack while you're sleeping, Jester? Well, I hope that snack is delicious water. But yeah, the only thing I haven't seen, well, I may have even seen a Sasquatch, to be honest with you. In my local woods, we've seen some some big people. I'm not going to be a conspiracy theorist here, but I did see a very large figure that wasn't a bear in the woods across. We have a lot of coal strippings and stuff like that up in Pennsylvania, and he was across the other side, and he was a very very large man at the distance, but. Pop-Tarts with syrup. I hear Pop-Tarts and honey is the way to go. Hopefully Pooh Bear comes in and gets those Pop-Tarts and honey. But if not, it could be Yogi. We'll see. But alright, guys, that's my morning show for today. We could talk more. I'll talk as long as you guys want to stick around. But that's the morning show for today. Thank you all for chatting it up with me and giving me some good, helping me out with the, asking me if I've seen any large animals, if anybody's ever seen some large animals in the woods. I appreciate all your guys' help, your support with this. Gypsy Chick, everything work out for you? Okay. That's good. Come back tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. There you go. And check out our my morning show here. We will have a lot of more good news. This good news came from, with the bear and all that, came from Sunny Skies with a Z. .com. If you want to check out Sunny Skies, head on over there. And I didn't have any from positive news today. I was a little disappointed. Positive news is out of the UK. They have a lot of great news, but they didn't have anything that was updated. They must be taking a vacation over there. Those Europeans, they get a lot more vacation than we do. They go on holiday. So you all have a great day. Stay safe. Enjoy work. Hopefully work's fast for you guys, and you get to go home and get home quick and do what you love. Thank you again. Let me see if I have anybody that's online. Let's see if we have anybody online. We can maybe raid someone here. That's the only thing about the morning show. A lot of people aren't online when I'm doing it, so raids are more in the evening. Let's see. Yep, no one on the line. None of my followers, or none of my friends. Alright, guys, well, you have a great day. See you later. Like I said, suggestions. Give me some suggestions if you would like. The costume idea is a great idea. I think we'll have to do that. If you guys want to send me some pictures of your costumes, we could do that as well. Yeah, send me some pictures of your costumes through, I believe you could do that through Whispers, hopefully. And I'll get them up, and we can have a fun time looking at past costumes from Halloween's. Alright, guys. See you later.